marijuana experiment that started back in 2008. They've yet to win a game here north of the border. Preseason games. And they've lost their first 3 here. Trying to get a win today. First down the middle of the field. And it's caught by David Nelson. He took a big hit and somehow hung on.
He's not a guy who can go the distance, you know, but yet we've seen him go 80 yards for a touchdown. In fact, every single week you put on any film of theirs and you see him going for 20, 25, 30-yard touchdown runs. I mean, he's really an exceptional player.
Well, he finds daylight and has a first down to the 35.
And most importantly, as you see, when they get into the red zone, most of the time, like they lead the league, most of the time they come away with touchdowns.
Good.
Good protection. And the catch is by Chandler. Did he get in? It's a touchdown. Scott Chandler, his 5th receiving touchdown of the year.
Yeah, see if he got in. He certainly did. He was able to get the talk about the injury during training camp, but they're going to need him the rest of the way now.
Play fake it to Halou. And lots of running room, and then he dropped the ball. And lucky to cover it back up.
Boy, he had good protection enough to break it, but that could create a real problem with his throwing.
He fakes it one way, rolls the other, and is sacked. That's only 5 of them this entire year for Buffalo. First man there was Moats, and Nick Barnett, the former Packer, there to finish him off. All out blitz, and Beck is taken down. Off from the secondary was Jarris Bird. The Bills have half the number of sacks in this game that they had the entire year coming in. Gano from 49 yards away, and it's blocked. Marcel Darius got a paw on it. The Redskins,
but I think those within the organization probably knew he'd be out here today.
Today is 170th consecutive start. Looking for Spiller. There was contact, and the flag is thrown. Josh Wilson. There will be a 37-yard field goal try.
This guy's pretty automatic from 40 and under.
He's only missed 3 of his last 92. 3 of his last 93.
With a number of players that aren't on the field.
Washington 2 of 6 on 3rd down, and sacked for the 3rd time in the game is Beck. Marcel Darius gets his 2nd sack.
Points. That's a big takeaway defensively.
Beck is sacked again, this time by Dewan Edwards. 4th sack of the game. Buffalo had 4 all year. Blitz, catch, and big yardage ahead for Jackson. Inside the 30, and another big play, whether it's in the run game or here in the pass game, for Fred Jackson.
Boy, Fletcher came right up the middle. Nobody got a hat on him, and you know, he was just as he was throwing, and so they got him right underneath. Might have been right to the ribs there. Looked like. And here's that hit again on Ryan Fitzpatrick, as you see, just as he's delivering the ball, the helmet comes right underneath, then into the body. So a nice job by Fred Jackson. Like I said, I mean, this guy, he is having himself a really good year, and he's been a good player.
He'll be 44 yards away for Ryan Lundell. He's a good one. He's only missed once all year. So a first half dominated by the Bills. Stay tuned for the Visa halftime report coming up after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. 13-0 Buffalo at halftime.
That was a tough first 30 minutes.
Jackson into the open field. Another big run for Fred Jackson, and he's finally hauled down at the 37-yard line.
Well, you're going to have Eric Wood.
Throw it on 3rd and a yard. Chandler, his second touchdown of the game.
Step on him and Fitzpatrick to lay it up. Seen Chandler, he's had a nice afternoon.
That ties a Bills franchise record for touchdowns in a season by a tight end. He write the Bills record books. Fitzpatrick finds him for a second time.
Man, and a guy who is going to be a good player for this team for a long time.
5th time Beck has been sacked today.
This is pretty amazing.
That's Chris Kelsey, who's back after missing the last couple of weeks with a camp. Sixth sack for Buffalo. This one by Spencer Johnson, his second of the year. Buffalo will take over. That's a borderline whether to go as a sack, but Darius made the play.
Anticipated the kind of punishment that they've been able to put on
the Redskins at midfield as we begin the 4th quarter. And they're coming after Beck again. He gets it away, and it's intercepted by George Wilson. His 4th of the year. Springs back to his feet and brings it back to midfield. Well, man, season and some preseason games here back in 2008. Blitz coming. Fitzpatrick dumps it off to Jackson. He has a first down and more to the 25. Another huge offensive day for Fred Jackson.
Well, you heard Ryan. Handshake will be like this week with Schwartz and John Fox.
Catch made by Johnson, and that's a first down to the 44-yard line. Of course, Jim Harbaugh trying to. Jackson inside the 30-yard line. Under the 5-minute mark.
Buffalo Bills, that is, coming into this game. You know, what's it going to look like for the Redskins going forward?
Not the entire game. This is very similar to the Philadelphia game. In some ways, they allowed 20 points, but nothing in the second half. 23 today against a team averaging 31 points per game. Of course, you know, the Redskins
back, and yet they missed that to the helmet.
Beck rolling. Rather than step out of bounds, he is thrown to the deck by Darius. Back-to-back Super Bowls. John Elway at the helm. As Beck is sacked again. Kirk. So this is going to take care of this. Bills are going to go to 5-2.
Well, certainly a nice win. You know, you consider what they have ahead of them. They've got the New York Jets twice in the next 4 games that they play, and it's a nice start for them. They needed a win like this here in Toronto against a team that had been struggling, and a dominant performance by Chan Gailey and that squad.
The NFL on Fox.